Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hello, hello. Welcome one and all. I hope you are all well today. How are we all doing, chat? Welcome. Welcome to the House of Stadia. Help yourself to nibbles and a drink. For yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night. So that can only mean one thing. Yes, it's the Stadia Monday Night Chat with me, your host, Clive Illenden, of course, where we take a stroll through the piazzas of Stadia City. I hope you're all good, chat. You're all good looking over there. Hey, Rigor, Holtz, hello, using your little channel member badges there. Very good. Jerome, good to see you, of course. Welcome. As I say, I hope you're all good. I hope life is treating you well. Remember, hit the like as well. Subscribe if you're new, of course. And avail yourself to the super chats for maximum attention, as they say. Let me know what you've been playing this week. It's always good to know. Hey, Carlos, hello. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Has anyone been playing Wave Break this week? Is it worth me busting out the dollars on this one? Or do you think it might end up as a pro game? Let me know your thoughts there. Anybody who's been playing Wave Break. I've been playing a variety of games this week, not all exclusively Stadia. Ooh, shame on me. So on Stadia wise, I'm been continuing with Assassin's Creed, of course, and the more I play it, the more I'm loving that game. And I actually, for the first time in ages, I played Stadia on my 4K TV, and it's such a good game, Assassin's Creed. I know everybody says it is, but it is such a good game. I'm really enjoying it. And of course, PUBG, I've been streaming. Don't forget, Lord Kensal. Waiting for, Rigor says, waiting for July Pro games. Indeed, we'll come to that. So yes, I've been playing obviously PUBG. Those who watched the Lord Kensal streams over the weekend, I'm always playing a bit of PUBG with Yoshida. Always worth dropping in to see those streams. Might not get lists of chicken dinners, but we have lots of fun and weird discussions. So always worth it. Interestingly, I played some Destiny 2, but with my son on the Xbox, because all his mates are on the Xbox, and I can confirm the load times are much longer. I tell you what, I mean, I used to play a lot of Destiny on Xbox anyway, and I play most of it now on Stadia, but going back to the Xbox, it made me realize how long the load times are on that game, man. They really need to bring crossplay to Destiny 2. And I'm sure they will, but that's the way things are going. You know, the publishers realize now that people just want to be able to play with their mates, and their mates could be on any platform. And I said before, Laura Miele, CEO of EA Studios, has said that's their philosophy. So there you go. Another game I played, which again is not a Stadia game, is an exclusive console game to Xbox, and it's on their Live Gold, so it's free to Live Gold. It's a beta thing, but I was curious. It's called Crossfire X. Has anybody heard of Crossfire X on the old Xbox? It's an old game. It's a PC. It's a sort of a CS:GO style PC arcade type of game, but in sort of 4K 60 frames per second. It was developed by a Chinese developer called Smilegate, so clearly aimed at the sort of online PC gaming market in Southeast Asia, you know, China and Korea and stuff like that. And it's got that, you know, looks like it's built for a high-powered sort of arcade machine look to it. Very much in the CS:GO style. I did a playthrough, or a first look, which currently is exclusive to channel members only. We go here. You see here, I've got this little down here. Let's go to the news. I'll show you. There we are. Here we go. So if you're a channel member, you would have seen this already, hopefully. And this is you've got down here. I've got this playlist. See this playlist up here? These are all either timed exclusives or exclusive videos which won't be made sort of public, just for channel members. So if you're contemplating being a channel member, you get all these kind of videos that I either do timed exclusives or total exclusives. Anyway, this is Global Risk Wins. Crossfire here. And it's a sort of a basically plant the charge, defend the charges, you know, plant the point, defend the point. Mission failed. But it's quite fun. There's nothing special about it. It's only about 5 gig download compared to a lot of games because it's all sort of online really. But you see, it's got this really arcadey style to it. But it would be fun to have a game like this, I think, on. So it's only quite a small loadout. On Stadia, personally, that's what I think. Anyway, it was a fun game. I also noticed that my overlay graphics seem to have been based on this game. I hadn't realised. They've obviously, whoever designed these overlay graphics, obviously nicked them from this Crossfire style. Very strange. Anyway, so that's what I've been playing. What guys have you been playing? Carlos says AC is amazing. It is such a good game. So anybody been playing Wavebreak? Let me know anyway in the chat there. Anyway, if you want to fancy becoming a member and you get exclusive videos, you get badges. I see Holtz is using some of the exclusive badges, and you get some exclusive emotes and stuff like that. All a lot of fun. But anyway, let's crack on with the news. Should we just crack on with the news from this week and have a little in-depth discussion? So obviously the big thing is we've had the pro games announced. Very exciting. Let me know what games you're looking forward to here. So we've got SteamWorld Dig. I did like SteamWorld Dig 2, although I haven't finished it. I can't quite get my head sometimes around. It's dawned on me recently, the whole Metroidvania type games, which basically you can't progress unless you upgrade your character during the process. I get it now. Got to go back, upgrade my tools so I can get, because I'm a bit lost at the moment, to be honest, in SteamWorld Dig 2. But I did enjoy it, so I look forward to playing that again. But there are so many. I don't know about you, but I'm finding there are so many games that to play that I can't catch up. People sort of say, "Oh, there's not much of a library. Not much of a library." Do you know what I mean? The library is a bit pointless to a certain degree if there's so many games and there's loads of them you don't want to play, or there's so many games you just can't get round to playing them. You're never going to dip into them. I mean, it's good to have choice, but what's the point of having a library of 1,000 games? Are you going to play 1,000 games? Probably not. And right now I've got a bit of a backlog of games, and then like in 2 days' time we've got these 4 games coming: SteamWorld Dig, Monster Boy, which looks a lot of fun, West Loathing, which looks hilarious, and of course Crater. More on that later. A lot of people, so I know a lot of the Stadia content content creator community have been doing walkthroughs and introductions to Crater today. Hopefully you've gone and watched some of those. It's a bit intimidating, personally. But let me know in the chat anyway which games you're looking forward to in particular. But Crater, I think, I'm looking forward to seeing what people create in Creator, as it were, and playing some of those things. I am doing part of, so I don't know if you're aware, but there is going to be on this weekend, the Stadia content creator community, call it what you will, are doing like a 48-hour game build. So we're all building different aspects of the game. I've no idea what I'll be doing. I will be doing that as well with them. So that's going to be quite interesting, and we're going to try and create a game for the community, and then presumably release it for everybody to play, because that is the whole spirit of Creator. So I'm looking forward to that. Regal says, I really want to play Monster Boy. Yeah, I understand it was quite popular on the Switch. I like a good sort of platformer, and the fact that you play as different sort of animal type characters. You transmogrify into different into the different animal characters. So yeah, that'd be interesting. But as I say, it's just like fitting it all in is the key thing. But make sure you watch this weekend. Look out for the community doing the Creator 48-hour build. Has anybody watched any of those Creator reviews or sort of early looks today with some of the other content creators? Well worth looking at. Or as I say, it does look a bit intimidating. Probably worth looking at some tutorials, but we'll come to that. Let's go back to the blog, as we say, so we can all see. There we go. So West of Loathing has said that does look really funny and a lot of fun. I kind of, that may be one of the first ones I sort of jump into, really, just out of curiosity. Creator I'm a bit nervous about, but I will take a look at that early on as well. That's the key thing. Of course, Wave Break came out. Mentioned that earlier. Let me know if you think it's worth me spending, was it? Yeah, $29. What is that? I don't know. I'm not sure what it is in the UK site. Probably about the same, £29. Is it worth me forking out the 25 quid or waiting around for it to be pro? Don't know. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, but you never quite know, do you? That's the key thing. Metro Redux and Metro Last Light Redux finally launched as well this week. Definitely, you know, I'm such a big fan of Metro Exodus, so I'll definitely be looking at getting into those. Borderlands 3, Bounty of Blood. I haven't bought Borderlands 3 yet. Again, it feels like quite involving. Although I did enjoy Borderlands 2. And all these extra upgrades as well, and these extra DLCs. And of course the Pro. Anybody the Pro sales? Anybody take advantage of the Pro sales? I of course did buy Assassin's Creed. I think it was about $26, £26. Is that the one I'm thinking of? In the UK, plus your £10 off, so it's £16. Jerome says I wouldn't pay £30 for Wave Break. That's interesting. Interesting. That's what I've heard. It's a good game, but not necessarily worth 30 quid. So let's see if it ever hits the sales. But yeah, so again, amazing sales, amazing Pro deals, amazing games of the Pro. You know, another 4. We had what, 5 last month, another 4, like 10 over 2 months. They just keep on giving. And I don't know if you saw it, but Cloud Gaming X, Sonny at Cloud Gaming X, did a brilliant video that I highly recommend you watch about the value of the Stadia Pro package. And it is good value, but the beauty of it is that the longer you're a Pro member for, the longer you remain a Pro member for, and it's, you know, obvious why, but the longer you stay a Pro member and you claim all the games, the better value Stadia Pro is. And that's the magic of it. But of course, they're not forgetting, you can see by these sales, everyone can save on these games, so you don't have to be a Stadia Pro member. They want to stay competitive with other consoles and other platforms that are doing digital, sales of games and stuff, even for people who are, on it for free. They want people to feel that it's worth coming and playing within the ecosystem, and therefore they're putting on good deals for not just Pro members. The Pro members are awesome deals, but they're also doing sales just as you'd see on the Xbox. Xbox Gold do good deals, just as you see, presumably, I don't know, but you'd see with the PlayStation Network and their sales as well. So that's really good and a really incentive. It's good to see that they're encouraging people who are on the free free service as well to actually buy games and then stay in the ecosystem. Because the more you buy games, the more you play games, the more you go, you know what, actually, I think a Stadia Pro might be for me, and then, you know, upgrade. I guess that's their main thinking about it anyway. But again, let me know what sales you took advantage, and what have you spent your £10, $10, whatever it is, taken advantage of that and doubled down on the sales. Let me know, that'd be really good. Other things in the news, again, I've not tried this out, but it seems that the Stadia controller assistant button, where's my, here we go. The little assistant button is meant to be working, albeit not full on at the moment, but it's had more functionality added, according to the Android police here in this particular article. Originally, it really didn't do anything, and then they added some very small functionality, and now they've added some more functionality as well. But I've not tried it out. Anybody tried it since it's been upgraded? The assistant? I think you could just ask pretty bog standard stuff. The trouble is, if I press that and ask it, I'm surrounded by Google Assistants, so they'll have a fight among themselves who's going to answer the question. That's always the problem with I've got too many Google Assistants. Never have enough Google Assistants, Clive. Yeah, you can. Anyway, so that's also useful and interesting to know. As I say, the other thing. Good evening, Silly Stelios. How are you? Welcome, welcome. The other thing, of course, as I say, creator this weekend, Stadia, as I said earlier, the Stadia content creators doing a 48-hour build of a game, brand new game from scratch, which will then basically share with the whole of the Stadia community to play, get some feedback, and that's going to be really interesting and a great way. A great way to get into it and stuff. But I think it's highly recommended to watch. I've been told by the people, other people in the community who've got review copies, to watch the tutorials. But if I give you a link, don't go watching it now because I need as many people in here as I can get. But that's a creator tutorial. Save the link. Don't click away from it. Anyway, so there we go. That's the sort of the main sort of news. We'll come back to some more news as well. Let me just call up. In fact, why don't I call that up? Magic button. I've got a magic button for the news here that you lot can't see. Oh, just in here. Stadia is rolling out new. Oh, just in. News just in. This is a news article. Brand new, this. So I don't know what this is. It's just this wasn't on here about 30 minutes ago. Stadia is, of course, Stadia Source, your #1 source for all Stadia news. Stadia is rolling out new enhanced version of the achievements page, just like you have on the Xbox, which is kind of cool. On a player's profile, allowing you to gain additional stats about playtime, character level, or other metrics. If you see these for yourself on the desktop, click the friends list icon in the top right, select your own profile, then select the achievements button and select a game. Oh, that's quite cool. Didn't know that. So that's fresh off the press, as they say. Very interesting. I always like to see, I like to see how many hours I've played and think, blimey, what I've been doing with my life. What have I been doing with my life? But that'd be interesting. That is, as I say, fresh off the press. That's only 19. That was 20 minutes ago. So you've come to the right place. That was just posted by Stadia Source 20 minutes ago. So there you are. You hear it live here for the first time. If you're in the business of another controller, Google are having a little sale. Might be worth. I've been thinking about getting a Wasabi. In fact, I've got a Wasabi in my basket on the Google Store site, but I just haven't. I can't really. Can I justify 50 quid, 53 quid? Oh, just as a spare one? Don't know. But anyway, there's I think it was a 10% discount. 10% discount going on right now for Stadia controllers. So if you're in the market for picking up another Stadia controller, could well be worth it. Worth your time. So that's all good. Also, the other thing as well, it looks like they're beginning to test out playing on 4G and stuff like that, and obviously 5G, so not requiring you know, having to be connected to Wi-Fi or anything like that on mobile phones. Of course, that's going to be a massive thing, and I know something that, you know, looking forward to. It's, I mean, Google didn't want to roll that out straight away because they don't want you to have a bad experience. You know, they want to have you a good experience, and once they're confident, more people are kind of understand what Stadia is and how it works, and the strength of 4G and 5G, etc. They'll start rolling that out. But you don't want to be rolling out straight away and getting a bad experience. People going, oh, it's rubbish. Jerome says, I paid $70. What's that for? A controller? Or Octopath? Oh, Octopath. Okay. So they're all the main news. There's a few updates as well. Doom Eternal has had an update for the Stadia. There's Bounty of Blood, which is a DLC for Borderlands 3. So that's the main thing. What I wanted to talk about, though, is rumors of new games, which is always fun. It's always fun to talk about. There we go. Here we go. So, first up, these are well, they're sort of rumors and not rumors, because although they haven't been announced, it's labeled. So this is the first one. Let me know what you think.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Who's looking forward to this?
I have brought you to here to face a great
It's SpongeBob rehydrated, so basically SpongeBob Redux.
Bring it on, Your Highness. Bring
It on. Year 2020.
Wow, King Jellyfish, the grandest granddaddy jellyfish of the
Anyway, why am I showing you this? Because it's available now, apparently, on all platforms. Let me just find the bit. Oh, where's the way? This is the bit I wanted to show. Out now. Out now. Oh, stop it. I thought I'd paused it then, right there. Stop it. Right, there we go. Out now, apparently. On PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Steam, and Stadia. So, hello Yoshida, how are you, I said my friend. I'm on automatic when I see in chat. Hello Yoshida, my beautiful Gia. Yeah, so there we are. SpongeBob. It's from THQ Nordic. So yeah. And we've had some THQ Nordic games, and we'll know that are coming anyway. I can't think what they are now, but yeah. So, are we due an announcement any minute, or are they going to save that for the Stadia Connect, which is only 2 weeks away? I don't mind if they get, they sort of just save it for the Stadia Connect. But I'd definitely play it because I love a sort of platform game. I'm up for that. You know, why not? It's really a good platformer. I don't care, what it is. Plus, I like SpongeBob. If I'm going to be honest with you, I like SpongeBob. Anyway, but you could clearly see there the Stadia logo, bottom right hand corner. It's available now on the other platforms. Are they just waiting for the Stadia Connect, or will it be announced in the next 2 weeks? Don't know. Who knows? The other one as well, again, it's an indie game. Bear with me. Is this? Now this game is called, again, it's an indie game, from Handy Games. It's called One Hand Clapping. And it has a very strange mechanic. You sing in order to see the sort of the notes. You've got to sort of hit notes. How that's going to work, I'm not sure. It's an existing game, I think, on other platforms. It might have been on the Switch. One hand clapping, sing your song. Again, beautifully designed. Now, why did people think... So I did see this around, but this is rumoured to be coming. I think they saw an announcement, or it was registered for certificate somewhere. So that's going to be interesting, especially I'm curious how you make it work. You sing into your controller, sing into your mic, presumably. I don't know. If everybody's played it, I think it's on. I think it exists on. Let's have a look actually while we're here. What platform it's on? Let's go to Handy Games. Let's look up Handy Games. Bear with me here. One hand. See what it says on their site. Yeah, save preferences, whatever. Okay. Let's go to news. Yeah, why did I think this is coming to Stadia? Definitely I saw something somewhere. Either a registration, somebody posted a certification. They're not saying it here. So again, we could expect, again, these are rumors, we could expect an announcement of this very soon. So I'm curious as well. I wish I should, you know me, it's unprofessional of me not to have a source, but I did. There was a reason I've noted this game coming to Stadia, and for the life of me, I can't remember it. What else have they done? Ooh. Spitlings. So of course, not the chicken police. Where did the chicken police come from? Jesus Christ. Spitlings, of course. Coming, apparently it's coming soon. That's odd actually. This is quite funny because normally, like I just showed you that SpongeBob and it said available now, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Xbox One, PS4. And we go, well, it's not available now for Stadia. Of course, in this case, it goes coming soon, Stadia, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Xbox, PS4. Well, it is available on Stadia. It's not going to be available on these lot for quite a while, a few months yet. But anyway, yeah, one hand clapping from Handy Games. And I did see somewhere where it's coming to Stadia, or it'd been registered or certified for registration for Stadia. So expect an announcement soon. That's the rumours. You heard it here first. If you hadn't seen it on Twitter, you've heard it here first. I think this is happening. People, I think this is happening. One hand clapping. I'm curious about the mechanism though. How do you make the game work by singing? As I say, through your mic, through a phone, through the built-in mic on the Stadia controller. Who knows? The other game, again, I love talking rumours, and again, these are rumours. These are rumours. And again, this is more... So those two, the word Stadia had been seen sitting very close to them. Yeah? Obviously, the SpongeBob one, it's actually on the end card. It's coming. That's 100%. SpongeBob's coming to Stadia, right? It's on there. One hand clapping, I think, was, as I say, a registration, a certification, and Stadia was included in the certification process for one hand clapping. Plus, it's Handy Games who did Spitlings. They have a very, very, very good relationship with Stadia. I can't see them bringing out the second game after Spitlings. Yeah, this is their second game after Spitlings, and it not and Stadia not going, of course it's coming on our platform. They've had all that experience doing an exclusive, timed exclusive of Spitlings. What, you know, surely the next game is going to come to Stadia as well, especially if you're small indie like Handy Games. You know, the Stadia will bite your hand off for that. So there you go. Now the other one is this. Let me know your thoughts on this. Here we go. So this is from Ubisoft. And this is coming out in beta. It's coming out on, I think, on Thursday, and then general release on the 14th of July, I think. 12th of July. Yeah. So it's a brand new Battle Royale, and it's been rumored. So you know how, I don't know if you remember how Apex Legends came out from nowhere. Nobody knew about it, and then they just sort of dropped it. Like they were working, everybody thought they were working on Titanfall 3 or whatever. And yeah, they just dropped the game. And again, that was a free game following the footsteps of, you know, Fortnite and stuff. You know, get people to buy cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. And then Apex Legends is exactly the same. So I'm curious whether we think Hyperscape will be available on Stadia. Now, they're doing a big Twitch partnership. Somebody pointed out to me, and I was aware of it. But I don't think that excludes it or precludes it from being a Stadia game. So there's part of the Hyperscape, which is a, you know, first-person shooter, battle royale. It's meant to be very good. Word on the street is. It's going to be a sudden drop. As I say, people are getting the beta versions on PC on Thursday, and then general release on the 12th of July on PC, presumably. But I'll be curious, because it's Ubisoft, whether Stadia put any pressure on them to say, hey, let's have it for Stadia. Now, as I say, there's part of the game which means that people on Twitch can interact or get some benefit of it. But in the same way that there are some things you can do on Stadia, like the, God, what's it called? When you see your colleague's picture in the corner, you can't do that on, you know, you can't do that on Ghost Recon or on Division 2. You can't do that on all the other versions. So having one particular thing which relates to a specific platform, I don't think precludes it. And Ubisoft want this is going to be like Apex in the term that, you know, you want as many people playing the game for free, A, because that populates the game, and B, then people buy upgrades and get their fancy cosmetics and stuff. So I can potentially see this. I'm not as confident as the other two, but I can see this Hyperscape coming to Stadia. Let me know what you think, whether you think this is a real thing. Anyway, it's all part of Ubisoft's Digital Summer Showcase, which is set to air July the 12th. Are we going to see? That is very close to... Oh. There's also a trio of confirmed Ubisoft games. Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Watch Dogs Legion. Well, I think I've just stumbled onto something here. Do you think they're going to announce these three games, which we know are coming to... We know Watch Dogs Legions is, because it's been mentioned as coming to Stadia. We know Gods and Monsters is, because it accidentally appeared briefly, albeit a very early version, and it's on their list of their titles. And Rainbow Six Quarantine, we believe, is coming as well. Do we think these will be announced for Stadia on the 12th of July? Or they'll wait 2 days and let Stadia announce it on the 14th? And of course that happens, we're going to have lots of Stadia babies moaning for 2 days that the Stadia logo's not there. Joking. Lollipops, everybody. So anyway, yeah, what do we think? Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, and Watch Dogs Legion announced on the 12th at the Ubisoft Play thing, Forward Digital event, or will they wait 2 days and drop them on the Stadia event. Interesting. But I think definitely whatever happens, these three we know by Stadia Connect, these three games are going to be announced for Stadia, if not on the 12th at the Stadia Connect. Bibbidi Bop says he thinks on the 14th. I bet that will launch on Stadia with PC crossplay. Are we talking about the Hyperscape game? Yeah. I'm not sure yet. I think there might be a gap. It might be PC first, like a Valorant type thing. And then there may be a gap between it gets to the consoles. Again, I'm less confident about it. It's just because it's from Ubisoft. And we know, they have a good working relationship with Stadia, or so it appears. So why not? Yeah? Why not drop a good Battle Royale? We need another Battle Royale. I know we've got Apex coming. 95% sure we've got Apex coming. But I could see this. I'm curious. I've applied for the beta version on PC. So I'll let you know if I get access to it, or if I get any updates on Hyperscape. But as I say, I'm curious. I'm curious whether we think it's coming. Oh, one a day at work. Dave's on catch up. If you see out of comments, it's because I'm out of time. It's all right, Dave. It's all right, Dave. We'll bear with you. We'll bear with you. Anyway, so that's all the rumor and gossip. Anyway, so SpongeBob SquarePants, yes, because the logo's on there. One hand clapping because I think I saw it referenced to Stadia elsewhere, and it's Handy Game, the next game from Handy Games after Spitlings. That all makes those two elements mean I think it's a Stadia game, and the Hyperscape much more of a 50-50. I'm only saying because it's an Ubisoft game. They're sort of dropping it on everybody all of a sudden in the next 2 weeks. I can see it ending up on Stadia, but I'm less confident about those. Of course, the other big news last week. Yoshida, look, she's having a coffee and a donut. Very nice. Offering coffees and donuts out for all the chat. That's very nice, Yoshida. Very nice of you. Of course, the big thing, and I've discussed it on other podcasts, so I won't go into it too much detail here, but let me know what you think about the whole Microsoft closing down Mixer. I'll try and summarize what I've said in a limited amount of time, because you're going to see I was on Chase's show, the Stadia Talk, at the weekend, and I talked quite a lot about it there. It happened very suddenly, I think, for everybody involved, not just the people on the Mixer platform, but I think the Mixer staff, which suggests that there was quite a lot of, there was like an emergency brake pull. If in doubt, smash glass, pull brakes. I don't doubt they weren't considering their options, but I think it happened a lot quicker than they originally intended, and it may relate to some scandal that was happening. And my view is, Facebook may have said to them, I know we've been talking about this, but you've got these big scandals brewing right now in the current climate of Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff, because there was a sort of racist accusation had gone on from a guy who worked for Mixer. He was a sort of partner. He worked with all the partners, so like a campaign guy, worked with the partners and stuff. And then somebody quite senior said something quite shocking in a meeting, which was highly inappropriate. He pulled her up about it, made a complaint to HR. HR brushed it under the carpet. He left. And then, given the whole Black Lives Matter scenario, he tweeted about it saying, look, this is what happened at Mixer, and I was very disappointed. Phil Spencer got involved and said, I'm really shocked to hear what you've got to say. I want to, and I want to sort it out and talk to you face to face. Can we have a meeting tomorrow? That was all set up to happen. And on that very day, Mixer shut down. Now, I'm not saying they are directly correlated, but I think there is an indirect correlation to those events. And the it may give a reason to why the Mixer closing down was so sudden and not a smooth transition. In an ideal world, you'd smoothly transition over to Facebook, take your partners with you and all that kind of stuff. But it was a sudden gear. Well, it wasn't even a gear change. It was a slam on the brakes. Anyway, what does that mean for Stadia and YouTube and Amazon Prime and Twitch? Sorry, Project Tempo from Amazon and Twitch. Not a lot, really. I think it just underlines that they're all following the same strategy. Yeah, provide a platform for games, provide a platform to watch people playing games, interlink those platforms. And Microsoft and Xbox realized that they were lagging behind on that big time, needed to do something radical. They've opted for the Facebook route. Facebook have a lot of people, obviously, on Facebook and Instagram and all the other stuff. Personally, whether it's the right fit, I'm not totally convinced. But they do have access to a lot of data and then can target quite precisely. I have streamed on Facebook. It's all right. Nothing special. And there's sort of a straw poll of most of the Mixer people. They're all going to straight to Twitch. Why wouldn't you? It's the biggest game in town. So I can't see Facebook necessarily getting the momentum. That's not to say it won't succeed, because they've got the data and the people, so it can grow slowly. And they're probably in a better place than Mixer was. They saw 200% growth over the last year on Facebook gaming. Saw a 200% growth. Now that sounds a lot, but they're starting from a very, very small base in the game streaming arena. But they have grown, and they're very big with console gamers in Brazil and in other territories outside Europe and America. But again, they're starting with fairly small bases, so you have to sort of take those statistics with a pinch of salt. But anyway, that's, as I say, I think it just underlines the ongoing strategy that these games have, and I don't think it'll accelerate Stadia's rollout of the sort of YouTube streaming, because I think they're about to roll it out within the next 6 months or so anyway. If not sooner. I'm fairly confident about that anyway. The other thing, though, there is a rumor, and take this with a massive, like a Dead Sea amount of salt. That's what I'm talking. I think it's a troll. I think it's fake. But there is a rumor that a new streaming platform is being set up with Ninja, Shroud, and Dr. Disrespect. Now, I put the... Now, again, I think this is a massive... Let's just go... Is this a dodgy site? Yeah, so... Yeah. I'm not putting any credence on this site, but we'll go with it anyway. So those that follow the streamers and the world of streaming like I do may well know that Dr. Disrespect is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, and one of the slickest in terms of production values and stuff like that. Really cool. Often wins Twitch Streamer of the Year on a regular basis. He's built up this character. He plays this character constantly in character. Massive on the Twitch platform, and he's been banned permanently. So not suspended, he's been banned permanently. This happened a couple of days ago, and there's been no announcements why, other than Twitch releasing a statement saying it's our process. We take appropriate action where we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of community guidelines on terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or here we are, sorry. This regardless of status or prominence in the community. So the thing is, if you watch the end of Dr. Disrespect's last stream, it's as if he knew. It's almost like he had not a breakdown, but he just does something very weird. He watched some people playing Roblox and then went quiet for ages and then said, look, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. Don't worry, people. We'll get through this. Swore and then finished the stream. It was all very mysterious. So the gossip community, the Twitch community, the Twitter community, the streaming community, everybody have been running around saying, okay, there's this new platform starting. How is a new platform going to start? Even with Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, and Ninja all on one. If Mixer can't do it with the money of Microsoft. So this guy set up on Twitter an account called Brime, and watch Brime. It's called, that's what it's called. But a lot of people think it's a fake. All right, Nelson, how are you? Hello, my friend. A lot of people think it's fake. Let's see if we can find the Twitch. Brime here. Let's see on the Twitch. We shouldn't really contribute. You know me. I don't like. Here we are. Codename Brime. So this is all based around. A lot of people think this here. Brime, a new streaming service. We believe gaming is fun. See you soon. It's already got 81. He set up this in June, this guy. And he's already got 81.6k followers. Somebody thinks he's a massive troll. But people seem to be buying into it. If you go through the whole Twitter stream, people are going, oh, it's BS, it's fake. The guy hasn't, the guy's got an Outlook account. Do you know what I mean? There's no professionalism. And anyway, think about it realistically. How would they set up a streaming site that's genuinely going to compete, even with 3 of the biggest streamers on it? Anyway, it's all gossip, rumor. I'm just adding it in there. Personally, my view is, I think Dr. Disrespect may have been poached or been approached and been in conversation with another platform, even though he's just signed a deal, and that would therefore violate his terms. And he may be of that, like those sort of slightly arrogant footballers who sort of force a transfer in the market by refusing to play, or going behind the club's back or something like that. And even though they've just signed a deal, a 3-year deal, because they want to go and play for Real Madrid or something, or Barcelona, not bitter. So that could well be the reason that he's been banned. And on that case, it could probably be a YouTube type thing. Who knows? Although he loves Twitch. I think Shroud will go back to Twitch. He's only been away 6 months. It'd be like he's had a holiday in which he's just been to Las Vegas and won $10 million. Because that's what he's pocketed. Because he had a pay or play deal. If Mixer went against the wall, which it has done, they were guaranteed the total fee they would have got for the 3-year exclusive deal they had up front. Ninja was on $30 million. Hello. Nice work if you can get it. Although Ninja left Twitch with a bad taste in his mouth, and I think Twitch weren't particularly nice about it when he left, understandably. But they should be shouldn't burn bridges in this business, because look what happened. They could have him, if they treated him nicely and wished him bon voyage when he went to Mixer, they could have him back and be earning lots of advertising revenue from his, the stream is, million viewers he used to get every time he went, live streamed a Fortnite game. But I think because of the way they treated him after he left, that he's going to YouTube, which is great for Stadia. Anyway, that's what I think. Anyway, Billy Bop says, I think it's a weird fit. Hopefully Microsoft and Facebook doesn't rush it. Yeah, I think it's a weird. I think it will be the long game. It'll be interesting. So I streamed on Mixer at the weekend actually, and the only reason I did it was to record that Crossfire X game because I don't have an Elgato card. So the easiest way for me to do is stream it to Mixer from the embedded app within the Xbox. So obviously that's going to go, and presumably they'll put the Facebook gaming app and you'll be able to stream direct to Facebook. And that's going to be a big fillip for Facebook gaming, because it just makes it so easy. I mean, you can do it on you can do the Twitch app is baked in, but the one for Mixer on the Xbox is so much more versatile. Put the camera where you want, put on party chat, switch off party chat, and I run it through an online thing called Go Light Stream, and that puts overlays on top of it as well in the cloud, and then streams it out to Mixer. So that's really cool, actually. But if you could stream direct from your Xbox straight to Facebook gaming, I think that would be a big thing for Facebook. Anyway, so those are the main things. And of course, the Stadia Connect, ladies and gentlemen, Stadia Connect in 2 weeks. What I plan to do is not today, but next week, because it's the week before, or maybe the week after, I'll do one of my prediction sessions. So have a think over the next week or so. Have a think what your predictions for Stadia Connect. As I say, I've listed off a few here that I think we're going to see. I think we might even see some minor game announcements before then. So that's going to be quite an exciting time. Let's have a go, shall we, ladies and gentlemen, and have a look if this will work, because this is the first time I've done this. Let's have a look at chat. Hello. There we are. What do we think of that, ladies and gentlemen? Chat. So what's been going on? So Dave Widnall's still catching up. Bibbidi Bop thinks on the 14th, game announcement. Yoshida's handing out coffee and donuts to everybody. That's very nice. Green tea. Of course, Yoshida. Of course. SWGK says, I love how Stadia says it's more powerful than the Xbox One X, yet the Series X is 12TP. Well, not that it really matters, but it is more powerful than the Xbox One X. But the beauty is, with Stadia SWGK, is that they can upgrade anytime they want. And it costs you, the consumer, us Stadia owners, costs us to upgrade to the latest console version of Stadia, the next version of Stadia. It costs us, when you add in the thing, and the what's it, nothing. Costs us nothing. Yeah? All they got to do is change their server blades, and they can upgrade their console, which they do. They do technical upgrades all the time, every 6 months. You don't have to wait 5 years for the next console to come along. They just change out a few blades, a bit of circuitry in the cloud, press a button, boom. Everybody's playing on Stadia, whether they're free or the Pro. Although to get Pro on the 4K, you need to get 4K, you need the Pro, but automatically gets upgraded. So Stadia now is current generation console. Who's not to say in the next 6 months they don't go to generation 2, which is rumored, because some developers have sort of said they're already working on the next generation of blades that Stadia uses, called, everybody sort of seems to think, they know this, and they call it Gen 2. But so that's the beauty. So yes, it is more powerful than the Xbox One X in terms of teraflops, if that matters to you. No, it's not more powerful than the Xbox Series X. But yes, it could be within 6 months. And Xbox are going to wait another 5 years before they could upgrade their box, because it's a physical box under your telly. Whereas Stadia, of course, exists in the Google Cloud. They can upgrade that and then roll it out to everybody, and it's not cost us anything. And that's the beauty of cloud gaming, my friend. Welcome to the 21st century, SWGK. What else is going on here? Wave Break, $23.99. Oh yeah, in the UK version. Thank you for that, Dave. Jerome says, I tried getting into Metro games, just lose interest. I'll be honest with you, Jerome, I did on the Xbox One. And I kind of got a bit bored of it. Tried it on Stadia, and it's such a beautiful looking game. And I just sort of got more and more involved in it. And the characterization is brilliant in it. The story is great. Quite, you know, emotionally moving. It's really, I found Metro Exodus at the end, I found it really sad. Really sad. Jerome says, more features, Gen 2, future games. I don't think we're going to see anything about Gen 2, personally. And features as well, I think features will only be mentioned in the context of games, if that makes sense. So we know with Creator, PlayShare's coming out with that. You can create your game, then instantly there's a little button in Creator, share that link and get somebody to come in and play the game, somebody to come in and help build the game with you. So we know that's rolling out. Share state sort of thing is rolling out with Creator. So I think announcements that technical announcements, hardware announcements like that will be mentioned in relation to games. So this game will feature this thing, other than maybe being able to stream to YouTube maybe. But last time, I think, you know, because we all want these new hardware features and tech features to be revealed, I think they're still, in this year, I think they're still focusing on the games. I think that's their powerful thing at the moment. You know, we know FIFA and Madden is coming, and Jedi Fallen, plus the 2 other EA games yet to be announced, which will be announced because they said in the summer. We've had EA Play, they weren't announced there, so it means they will be announced at Stadia Connect. One of them we think is Apex, could be Apex plus 2, we don't know. So I think it will be more a games announcement. And if we say the Ubisoft one, Watchdog, Gods and Monsters, and what was the other one? What was that third one that I saw on that Ubisoft site? I've forgotten now already. It's in my brain, it forgets so quickly. But definitely, yeah. So that's at least 5 or 6 big games we know are going to be announced already. So I think it will be I don't think it's the place for it. Mule Spud, I see. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying there, but I don't think it's a big. I think it's I think the next Connect is a games thing. The thing is, the Gen 2 stuff is not really. It just confuses people. I think if they mentioned it at the Stadia Connect, it just confuses people. The Stadia Connect is more of a mainstream connecting with people, like they did last time, where they basically simplified what the Stadia offering was to people. Buy Stadia, get regular games, play in 4K, or just don't pay anything, buy the games you want to play as and when you want to play them, keep them forever, play on Stadia forever. Nice and simple. And here's some big games that you might expect to see on a serious platform: FIFA, Madden, and straight away PUBG, go and play it now. And I think the next, you know, if they sort of said, start talking about teraflops and Gen 2 and all that kind of stuff, as we've seen previously, partly with the launch, it confuses people. People think, oh, is it available now? Do we get it straight away? Yeah. Keep it simple. This year, it's all about the games. I think on the anniversary, maybe around November time, the big features, the big hardware changes, the Gen 2, because what you know will be announced. Because in a way, what you want to say is, we'll be bringing out Gen 2 at such and such time, and the first game that you can play in 120 frames per second in 4K or 8K or whatever it is, because is this exclusive title to Stadia. Yeah, I think you might be disappointed then, Mules, but I would you see your expectations there, yeah? I just roll them down a bit, because you're gonna get upset. And then if they announce it, woohoo, happy days. Yeah. But I don't see the Gen 2 being announced at this Stadia Connect. I think it's too early. Too early. They might mention it in other places. What happens is often, Phil Harrison will do an interview with a major press release and talk about it there, because that's the sort of place you talk it. But I would see, that's where I think you might see it. A next gen launch game. So some big game that they're working on now, just, to showcase that because the other thing is, if they announce it, people are going, well, where is it? Well, there'll be no games that can really benefit of it, because all the developers that are releasing games in the next, from now to December, have all been working on the current tech. So you've got nothing to showcase it with, really. So I think it just confuses the market. I just can't see it happening at this particular Stadia Connect, personally. But I think what would happen is you'd have some big high-tech interview of Phil Harrison with a major thing saying, and here are the things we've got planned for next year. I can see it in November. Yeah, we've had a year of summary of, wow, this is what we've done this year since we've launched. We've released these 100 odd games. We've released all these features and and this is just the beginning, because over the next 12 months, this is our plan. So I think it's an anniversary thing. Exactly, Mule. Exactly. It's Stadia we're talking about. We get so worked up and then we get disappointed. Yeah. You never know, So just, I think, stick with the games, and any features, tech features that are in some of those games that are new will get mentioned in that context. That's how I see it anyway. What else we got here going on in chat? Must try Exodus again. Yeah. Good. Let's have a look over here. Bear in mind if I missed anything. Yoshida's been on. Okay. You've been using Pixlr, of course. I use it's how I do my thumbnails and graphics and some of my overlays and stuff. Thank you, Pixlr. Free Photoshop style editing stuff. I did a YouTube video on it, actually. Very functional, very useful if you need to make graphics and stuff and you don't have Photoshop or anything like that. That's good. Yeah, maybe somebody here, BibliBot mentioned Activision here. We do some Activision Blizzard announcements, some big announcements. That's the one piece of the jigsaw missing, I think. I said I wasn't going to make any Stadia Connect announcements. I'm going to do it close to the time, but that's a thing to consider, isn't it? Where's your Overwatch type thing, Overwatch 2 and things like that, or the big Activision Blizzard games. We've had Ubisoft. We know EA are involved, and plus the EA strategy, as I mentioned before, that piece from the CEO of head of studios at EA, taking a cross-platform, multi-platform approach, and which means Stadia. So that's a cool thing. Charles Aaron says, does power and visually fidelity even matter? It's funny how within the time frame of a few generations, we've totally lost touch with what gaming is really all about. Part of me, I think you got to keep up with the Joneses to a certain degree, but yeah, it's all about the games, really. You've got to have a decent platform that plays the decent games, and it takes a while because the developers have got to develop for that specific platform. Good to see, Jerome. Good to see that you're keeping your expectations in check. I like to just bring the Stadia community back down to the ground. Just be happy. I was thinking, actually, in preparing this show, that there's always content. Once a week. I do this once a week. And there's always news. There's always content. There's always Stadia updates. There's always something to talk about Stadia related. I don't have to sort of scrape around for it. And yet you get the impression that they don't make any announcements or there's no news. Well, it's just utter rubbish, really, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this show every week, if you think about it. but we've got so much in our head that we want news now. I talked briefly to Chase about it on Stadia Talk, how, and I've said it before in other podcasts, we're so like, oh, give me news, just chill, play some games, and in a few days' time, you'll get some news. I mean, every month we get an announcement of new games coming on Stadia Pro, let alone everything else. There's enough games to play within that month to keep everybody happy. So, yeah. Bibbidi Bop says, I think that Stadia Connect will be huge. It's on a big stage and they want to capture the attention of the casuals, and they know that, but it's good to temper expectations. Yeah, I think they will build on the last Connect. That's what I think they'll do. We'll have we'll have more game announcements, bigger game announcements, more detail on the FIFA and the Madden. Those Ubisoft games, the big ones that we mentioned there, Gods and Monsters, Watch Dogs Legions, and the other one I can't remember, the third one. Visualize it, it was in the middle. Rainbow Quarantine. Rainbow Six Quarantine. There we are. Not Rainbow. Oh, no, not right. No, we're not doing that. It's on my other show. Yeah. So they'll get announced. That's a pretty big game. So I think they'll just build on that. Yoshida has been playing PUBG, the 8v8 arcade game. Yeah, that's fun. A lot of fun that is. If you don't like hanging around for hours on end, hiding and then getting shot in the head in PUBG, then play the arcade 8v8 game. It's not first team to 50 kills sort of thing. Lot of fun. Fast and Furious. Yeah, Jerome says Last Connect was pretty good. It was pretty good, you think about it. We got the EA announcements, and we got PUBG and a few other stuff. So I think, as I say, personally I think they're going to just build on it, really. And yeah, we're getting into that time where, we know there's some big games that have been announced, which we were sure they're coming to Stadia, but they haven't been announced. It's because they're saving them all up. Most of the EA Play games, people go, oh, where's the Stadia logo? I'm not going to go into that debate about whether they should announce them at EA or whether it's worth Stadia keeping their powder dry and announcing it at the Connect. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I hope you like this little chat format there. You can see everybody's chats. It looks quite... I'm looking over there because that's where chat is, but on the screen the chat's over there. I like that format. I think Siege and Apex will get dropped on Pro at the Connect. What, Rainbow Siege? Really? Wow. Yeah, Apex. Well, the thing about Apex, I'm not sure it'll be dropped on Pro because I read somewhere that it's coming to the Switch and cross-play won't be there till the fall. So I'm wondering whether they will drop it when crossplay is available. So, September, October time. I think I read that. Let's have a look. When is... Because you want crossplay straight away. Oh, when is crossplay? Put in Stadia. Apex. The fall. So EA announced that Apex Legends crossplay is coming to all platforms in the coming months during fall 2020. Not only will Apex Legends crossplay be available on PS4, Xbox One and PC, but developers Respawn are also launching the free title on Steam and Nintendo Switch. Doesn't say Stadia here because obviously Stadia wants to make that announcement, and Stadia. So yeah, I think they might wait until the fall. Personally, I just think it would be a better experience if for because we are small in number relative to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC players, obviously, and Steam players, and even Switch to a certain degree. We are small in number, and therefore we need our games to be cross-play to really get the benefit of it. Destiny 2, please get, as I said earlier at the top of this meeting. I'm in work mode in this Zoom meeting. No, in this podcast. We need crossplay going forward. I don't mind if it's crossplay with consoles, crossplay with PC, crossplay with all of that. I don't know. I don't care. But you definitely. So anyway, it's coming to Apex Legends in the fall. That is when I think it will come to Stadia. Although I think it will be announced. Apex is coming to Stadia on October the 30th, 31st. Birthday. Or something like that. They'll announce it at Stadia. Again, the Hyperscape Ubisoft game, I'm less sure of. Just more wishful thinking on my part. But it wouldn't surprise me, and that would be a big thing, I think. But yeah. Those are my thoughts. I tell you, I've gone down that lane, haven't I? I told you I wasn't going to speculate on the Stadia Connect until closer to the Connect. Well, that's food for thought. I'm sure more information will slip out, more sort of little tidbits of information will be revealed, and I can sort of put together a slightly more cohesive guess closer to the event anyway. But anyway, that's your news. Thank you for that. Thank you for the chat. I think we'll call it a day there. Let me know what you think about today's podcast. What do you think of all the news? What games you've been playing? All of that. Remember to hit the like. If you're new here, hit the subscribe. It's much appreciated. People subscribe when I'm preparing. So the little highlight, the little alert flashes up on the screen, which is kind of cool. But nobody sees it because I'm not live. But I see it because it's constantly live. Let me know about the chat format as well. I quite like that. Can you read the chat in there? Chat, can you read the chat when I do it? When it's like that. There we are. Let me know if you can read the chat when I've got the chat on like that and it looks all good. And on that note, I want to thank you, every one of you who've come here live. I appreciate you spending your Monday evenings, your Monday afternoons, whatever it is, with me here on the Stadia Monday Night Chat every Monday, 10 p.m. Don't forget, Rock and I will be doing the Generation X Retro Gaming Club at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, regular place, with more shenanigans, silliness, and a look at gaming from us slightly older gamers, retro gaming and current gaming news, not just Stadia, all gaming news are touched upon, and often a little interesting nugget of information and little interesting avenues of curiosity and nostalgia that we often wander down, and occasional a guest appearance from my buddy Clyde, which is always worth it. Yeah, I don't know about tomorrow. Always worth it to see. Anyway, on that note, as I say, thank you for popping by. Have a lovely week for the rest of the week. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you around. Look out for my live streams as well on the Lord Kenzel of Stadia channel. If you haven't subscribed to that, what the hell are you doing? Let me see. Make sure you do. Pop over to Lord Kenzel of Stadia. Hit that subscribe button. Great to get those subscribers up, because we have a good fun. All those people that as many here that come to those streams and see Yoshida and I play PUBG, not very well, but we have a go, we have a laugh, had an interesting conversation, and the conversationist chat is always worth it as well. So do yourself a favor, get yourself over to Lord Kenzel of Stadia YouTube channel, hit the subscribe so you know when we're going live on that streaming. And on that, friends, thank you, good night, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Goodbye.
Rage on that